Welcome to Beyond Beats LEGO EVO, the series where we take a look at the evolution of themes, sub-themes and everything related, and see how they've changed over the years and what the future might hold. And today we are looking at one of the big main themes, the town. But before we start digging deeper, why not take the time to leave a like on the video, and afterward you can leave a comment down on the brickwork below with the sets you remember best from your childhood. For me it is the Octane service station. You can also click the subscribe button to stay updated on our videos. We release new ones every Monday. The town theme started back in '78 with the introduction of the minifigure and ended in 2004 where it had grown into a city. There will not be any train sets in this video as trains are considered a theme for itself. We started out with 3 main buildings where there was a big update from the Legoland ones. We finally had doors that could open, and we also have windows. We also got some cars where the new mini people could sit in, like the fire trucks at the fire station. But the cars do not have any roof or doors that could be opened beside the police car and the fire chief car. It was only the bigger vehicles that had room for a minifigure. The smaller day-to-day cars were still built in the old-fashioned way. There was also room this year to start with a Shell licensed service station. But this year did not like in smaller sets, what was a good thing to push out this new theme. The year after, we took fight with the first helicopter, and that one went to the police and their nice new headquarters. This one was filled with the new car doors that was possible to open. The cars and buildings quickly improved, and with the mass set where we finally got a cockpit that was closed with room for a minifigure inside. We also begin to have cars that look more and more like the 80s box-shaped cars. This is also the time where we got the seat and the steering wheel for the first time, what make the car look more and more like the ones we remember from the 80s and 90s. We also got some working vehicles like the dump truck and the cranes. It will not take more than 3 years before it was time for a new fire station. And this one was done with a new design on the road base plate. It also came with folding doors for the garages, and the roof for the fire truck and the fire chief car was able to open to place the fireman inside. The year 83 saw an update to the Shell service station with an overhead roof so we could fill up our cars in the rain without getting wet. This was also the year where we saw the classic 2-wheeled motorcycle come to life, and it was in use until '96. The police also needed a new station, and they got one with the new folding doors. We also saw the designers beginning to have more freedom as more and more special effects made it possible to build better looking houses like the holiday home. It had also now become the standard to have a roof over almost every car. In '85, it has become time to take to the air with planes. But where there's planes, there's also an airport. But an airport needs a takeoff lane. This had become a big set as it needed 4 base plates to be built on. The fire department also got a helicopter this year, and the hospital got an ambulance with room for a stretcher and a person in the back. It was also time to get an updated road plate and a new service station, where there was a lot of updates in contrast to the ones 3 years prior. It had gotten more details, with logos in more places and a standing sign on the roof. In whole, there was a lot of updates due to new bricks, like the police station where the first floor had sloped brick pillars. There was also a new big windows, and the station finally had gotten a jail. We did also get the light and sound system, what my parents hated, but I loved it. There was a main part of a truck with room for a 9-volt battery, and on top you were able to place a light that if you put it one way it would light constantly, but if you turned it 180 degrees it will start flashing. And a sound brick with a potentiometer to adjust the volume. And by 87 we have gotten the bumper. There is a main part. This makes car look way better, like on this little sports convertible. And on the repair truck we have gotten the 1x2x3 that had a cut out for more space. And on the hood we have gotten a window, what made vehicles like small lorries for gas possible. And the town has also gotten a bank and an armored car. We do not need to go far before the service station gets an add-on, with a parking building and a car wash with neon bushes. But this was probably needed to all the guests at the raceway that had the new outward sloping windows that was used in almost every airport sets later on. And we also just need to stop by 89 and the MD truck. This one is a nice one with the rounded top looking more like a tanker car. I'm very happy to have this one in my set. Now let's move on. With the tower brick, it had become time to build a new launch platform, and it came in 1990. It also had a new looking spaceship with it. This was a look on what was to come. The same year we also got the Breezeway Cafe, what was a try on a tropical looking restaurant with big windows and a doorway in clear plastic. It also, the fire station needed an update. Now with a truck that had bricks the wrong way to look like wheel arches, and a new 4x4 fire chief car. The airport did also get an update with a new control tower with glass all the way around. In start of the 90s, we got the lazy nose car, what made them look pointy. But we will also get the soft tires that fitted the trucks and 4x4 nicely. It was also time to get a lot of boats. None of them was able to float, but there was a lot of big ship, like the container ship in the seaport. We also saw many special parts like the legs on the crane. In 92, did LEGO say goodbye to the Shell licensed service stations and made their own brand Octane. This was a big update on the old one, with overhanging windows and a sign hanging under the roof. We also got the pink Paradisa sub-theme, which was made in pastel colors and had a more girly feeling to them. The police headquarters saw all the elements from the latest years come together in this big set, with big windows and an arch over the road, and a jail this time with bars instead of a fence. Also, the helicopters had by this point gotten way cooler, and trucks has gotten bigger and better looking, like this one to the surveillance squad. In 95, did LEGO also get a space agency with a launch command and a launch pad and a shuttle with a lifter booster. But you also need to get the shuttle to the launch pad. And why not use a plane like this one, where the shuttle can be on top of it? This made it also the tradition to make smaller sub-themes to the cities, like divers and the Arctic sets. This is also the year where we say goodbye to the old grey road plays, and they were replaced by green ones. But as the end of the millennium was coming, did LEGO make a big update that was one of the biggest fails. With simpler sets, cars that was made out of 4 to 6 pieces, they did not look as good as the old multi-brick build ones did. And also the stations got simplified. That limits the freedom of play that LEGO was and is known for. But in 2002, LEGO saw the mistake and ended the town theme to make a relaunch of it, and this was the city set theme that's still going strong today. So, with the town grown into a city, it's time to end this video. Why not check out my top 5 from 1990 out? So, thank you for watching, and remember, until next time, just keep building!